Hello all, welcome to LTX classes. In this series, we are continuing the Hindu analysis part, which are very important for UPSC examination, right? So this day is 27/8/2022. We are going to cover important articles that which are very relevant for UPSC scheme of preparation. Clear? We shall see each and every topic in a detailed manner and to the extent of examination orientation. Clear? So the articles are going to be dealt by Srinivas. Clear? Yes, let's have the focus here. This is the question that I have given yesterday, right? So that is on the following statement about the Pegasus spyware. And yesterday I have spoke in length about Pegasus spyware, right? So what is the meaning of spyware, the malwares, everything I have explained in that, right? So and next see, this Pegasus is the only spyware that works on zero click. No, the answer is absolutely wrong. Why? Because it is not the only spyware that works on zero click, but it is the major one which works in zero click. Then, sir, what is the meaning of zero click? Zero click means there is something that is called, see, generally spywares might be gets installed. Spyware might get installed in your phones or devices only after clicking on that link. For example, you might be getting various spam related mails and everything, right? So it is also advisable that to not to open any of the emails which are from unknown sources and which does not make you any relevance. These are the words of cyber experts, right? And even government also every time says that don't be get into the loop of few emails which might trap you in regarding that, yes, you got 1 crore the auction amount and you have to receive that, please send your mobile number, we shall be sending you the money. Clear? So these type of emails should be clearly abrupted. Clear means these have to be clearly closed down in toto. Clear? So generally in earlier times they used to send those emails, when we click on that it gets installed into our phone. But the scenario has changed, that is the new zero click have come. This is the zero click attack. You no need to click on any of the links that are going to be sent by the unknown persons. You don't know that your phone might automatically get that spyware to be installed and your permission won't be required to install that spyware. Clear? Are you getting? So this is the dangerous one. It can send that spyware to any of the person's mobile number without any of the mobile without getting installed in a formal way. Clear? So this is the zero click attack. So the zero click attacks are very dangerous. Actually the Pegasus is the only spyware? No, it is not the only spyware. Next, Pegasus was developed by Israel and India? Absolutely no. India does not have any role in developing Pegasus. So the answer is D, none. Clear? None of the above statements are exactly true regarding the Pegasus spyware. Clear? Okay, then let's have the focus on our today's articles. Now check this. The articles to be explored, those are a draconian law that needs to disappear, 3 judges bench to review Supreme Court verdict on poll promises, and net zero target could boost India's GDP, and CBI records conviction rate of 67.5% in 2021, and government e-market eyes procurement of 2 lakh crores in financial year 2023. Clear? So these are the articles we just want to cover and see. All these are very important for UPSC. Check, this is the editorial article, that is a draconian law that needs to disappear. Clear? So the article is very important from GS2 polity perspective. In GS2 polity perspective, all these things are there. First of all, what is the meaning of draconian? Draconian means something very dangerous. So something very dangerous is called as draconian law that needs to disappear. Means he is wishing for the act or the law which we are going to refer needs to be completely rooted from this area or place. Clear? So first of all, you have to know the article in length is speaking about the AFSPA, Armed Forces Special Powers Act of 1958. Clear? So the main reason of origin of this law is that it is going to have the chilling effect on the normal people's right. Then what is this chilling effect? So the chilling effect means the dangerous effect. How can you call this as a dangerous effect? See, under AFSPA, Armed Forces Special Powers Act, the special forces were given free hand. Special forces were given free hand and they can deliver whatever they want. Means they have given the arbitrary nature in decision making. They have given the arbitrary information in decision making, and all the liabilities of the special forces would not be counted as the offenses, and there won't be any legal cases against them. They are provided with high immunities and they were given free hand, and they were asked to check or search any of the person's house at any of the times in the information of existence of some radical elements in those areas. Are you actually getting this? So this law was made to control what is that? That is the armed insurgency. Clear? What is that? This is the armed insurgency. First of all, what happened? Post independence, Naga tribal group from northeast raised the complete independence from India. India did not give them, and they turned into the armed insurgency. The armed insurgency means they have taken violence route to go against the government. They want the government should definitely listen their words and has to consider their requests and things. Clear? So Naga people, to control the people of Naga and the people of some Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and northeast states, central government thought it is better to implement the 1958 Act, the AFSPA. So few ask for what are the roots for this draconian law, from where Indian government has brought this. Clear? So there is something that was laid during Britishers in 1942. In 1942 there is armed forces special powers ordinance 1942. Clear? So yes, I am writing full. Clear? 1942. So this was brought by the Britishers to control what happened in 1942. You are right, that is the Quit India movement. The Quit India movement happened in 1942, and post this there was nothing violence about India. Clear? So to control the violence or the people's agitations in 1942, government brought this draconian law and has given ultimate power to the officers. Clear? So all the armed forces which are there would be provided lot of immunity, and nothing action would be taken against them without the permission of ministry. Clear? It shows that they were clearly protected. And after that, the law was brought into India or continued after 1958 in control of Naga people. To control Naga people, they were asked to go like this. Clear? So Armed Forces Special Powers Act was levied, and lot of things of social and cultural in nature happened in the society. Clear? Post Nagas, the Naga insurgency, post the 1975 Shillong Accord. Shillong Accord happened between the old faction Nagas Nationalist Council NNC in 1975 made agreement with India regarding Shillong Accord. But very important people formed the other group, that is NSCN, Socialist Council of National Socialist Council of Nagaland. I am Isaac Muiwa. These people are not part of this Shillong Accord, so that's why they have raised the other issue in the society, that is we are not in that and we don't have any interest to form part of Shillong Accord. We just need complete independence from India. Clear? So these are the words of these people, and you might know this, that is, see, these Nagas are very large scale and they require the separate autonomy area, and they want separate flag, and they want separate constitution. Clear? So these are the requests of this group NSCN. Clear? They just don't want to be in India. They just want complete independence from India, and India at any cost never accept those kind of things. Clear? So that is why AFSPA is still there in the areas of the Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and Nagaland, Tripura areas. Clear? So these areas are very important, and most of the areas were covered under the act. Clear? What is that act? That is the AFSPA 1958 act. So the sweeping powers on the paramilitary forces were again raised. Why? Because in 2021 they shot few people in Northeast who are very innocent civilians, and recently Supreme Court made one committee, and the committee also reported that the officials of AFSPA were not in a mood to punish these people, but these special forces holding arbitrary power, they are using the force for their own purposes and needs. Clear? So this is very important. And one thing happened in in Manipur, that is the issue of Irom Sharmila. Irom Sharmila is one of the famous ladies of India, and she fought literally for 16-year long hunger strike, so that the AFSPA would be removed entirely from the Manipur. Clear? So that is fine. So based on these things, we have seen to remove the AFSPA, but in January or February, Indian government brought out few of the areas to benefit the people. Clear? To benefit the people of Northeast India, few of the areas were exempted clearly. Clear? So this is the article. I think this is sufficient for you to understand that. And in history, there is one committee that is called BP Jeevan Reddy Committee. What is that committee? BP Jeevan Reddy Committee. This committee recommended for removal of AFSPA, but want the powers to given to UAPA, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. So government thought no need to move one provisions from other provisions, so it asked to leave that issue completely free. Clear? So right now it shows that lot of people in India are asking the central government to remove the draconian AFSPA rules, and the administration power should be handed down to the police people, and local communities should play clear role for the empowerment of women, for environmental needs, for and every of the purposes. Clear? So this has to be clearly drafted. There are cases which shows of fake encounters. They can also be tracked and taken to their logical conclusion. Clear? So it says that if necessary, there needs to be incarceration of guilty, means all the guilty people should be clearly that is fine. Incarcerated means should be put in jails. Clear? So these are very important to see, and the people who are committing harm to the innocent people needs to be checked down. Clear? Yes, this is the important article, and at last we shall see the mains based question. This article is very important, that is the 3-judge bench to review Supreme Court verdict on poll promises. Clear? So the article is from GS to polity perspective. Clear? So it says in 2013 something happened. What is that? That is, there was a case regarding poll promises. It is actually the DMK person who promised of giving television color TV to his constituency members after when he gets elected. In the same way he gets elected, and when the persons asked for color TV, he is delaying. So the persons who got frustrated complained against him in the Supreme Court regarding his poll promise is like a bribe. He is actually giving bribe, that is on the name of color TV. He seeked our votes and we were trapped in that. So it is the duty of Supreme Court right now to take this bribe as corruption. Clear? So what if that is called as a corruption? If this is called as a corruption, he would lose his seat, as section 123 of Representation of People's Act deals with the corruption things. If any of the legislative members convicts in this corruption, he would lose his membership. Clear? He would lose his membership of MLA or MP. So 2013 one person have gone to the case, and that is S. Subramanya Balaji versus Government of Tamil Nadu. Clear? Government of Tamil Nadu has gone to the court, and in this case Supreme Court does not made this person liable. Clear? So that's why the case was known as one of the cases for poll promises. And right now when the another person's petition against this judgment right now, and in 2022 Supreme Court of India accepted to review this judgment. Clear? They said we are going to form a 3-judge bench. The 3-judge bench would review the Supreme Court verdict in 2013 on the pre-poll promises. If right now, if Supreme Court takes this bribe is in the form of corruption, then we can see the change in scenario of the corruption cases or the poll promises in India. Clear? So everyone was eagerly waiting on this issue. Clear? So this might involve not only the pre-poll promises but something more related to the freebies here. So let us discuss the meaning of freebies and what are the things involved in the freebies and how the things have to be cleared down. Clear? So means this is a multi-layered issue. Clear? This is a multi-layered issue that needs to be tackled from ground. Clear? So that is why they are saying that this needs to be completely looked after. So we shall see right now that this thing is going to take very important things in political aspects of India. Okay, let's go deep dive into this topic and let's learn from very ground levels. Clear? So I already explained that recently Narendra Modi government is asking the states to reduce their things. Why? Because according to Modi, the freebie culture might hit the economy and the freebie culture would reduce the outcome of economy. Why? Because people won't work hard. People will sit at house and people will crave for the money given by the government for free. So in the long term, outcome of the economy would definitely reduces. Outcome of the economy would definitely reduces. So that is why he is asking for. But here the author is also telling clearly get the difference between the freebie and the welfare scheme first. Why? Because when you take welfare scheme, when Narendra Modi come of asking states to reduce their freebies, few states from South India like Telangana asking the central government, Are you asking to not to give the people free of cost for the farmers? Are you asking? See, there is, for example, see, you have to consider this. Farmer, before elections, he won't pay his dues to the bank, and the party, on expecting this, will announce the scheme of farm loan waiver. Waiver means complete removal of dues on the farmers. The loss would be borne by the government that is going to be elected. Clear? So this is a freebie. Then if see, there is other case. There is farmer, he lost his crop because of natural calamities. Because of natural calamities, he lost his crop. So the government might promise that if you elect me, what I will do, I will give inputs at free of cost to you. What these inputs are? Inputs are nothing but seeds. Inputs are pesticides. Inputs are fertilizers and all this. And inputs are few credit. So these things will definitely help the farmer to become a productive person. But if you do the farm loan waiver, the amount that the farmer got would be spent in an indiscriminated manner. Clear? So these are the things that one has to consider. So the author here is asking, see, the first one is a freebie, but the second one is a welfare scheme. For the empowerment of farmer, government is coming with few measures. These need not be neglected at any point of time. Clear? So that is why he is saying that one should make a distinction between the expenditures on welfare schemes and the freebies. Clear? So he is asking to take the look on the budget. Clear? So in budget you might get what are the multi-layered issues that are covering. Clear? So here the author is asking two differences. First of all, regarding the subsidy, he wants us to know the difference between subsidy and a transfer payment. What is a subsidy? If you have to pay for a cylinder 600 rupees, government will ask you to pay 400 rupees only. The 200 rupees would be paid by the central government. The 200 is subsidy. Then what is this transfer payment? The transfer is the 200 rupees is directly credited to your account, DBT. You have to pay 600 and government will give 200 rupees. That is called the transfer payments. Here government might credit the amount in your accounts through the form of DBT. Clear? Yes. Then see here, until now we are referring to the word subsidy. First of all, if I ask you what is the definition of subsidy, you might come with some definitions, but legally accepted definition in the world lacks the presence. But when we see few international agreements, let's consider this. This is the agreement. This is the agreement on subsidies and countervailing measures. What is this countervailing measures? Here I am going to explain this. See, there is one agreement. That agreement is on subsidies and countervailing measure. What is the meaning of countervailing? To get benefit, one country might give benefits to one of the products so that the product can compete in other industries. For example, take this example. This is India, this is Indian market, and this is China. China is exporting one product cost 10 rupees. Clear? This product cost is 10 rupees and the same product price in India is somewhere around 15 rupees. So generally people encourage to import this cheap Chinese product as this is available at the price of 10 only. And see, in the same way, in government of India provided 5 rupees subsidy so that the product can compete with the Chinese product. Are you getting? Yes. Then what you know? China might give extra benefits to this product, and it may come the product to somewhere around 7 rupees. So here intentionally China is giving minus 3 rupees benefit to destroy the market of India. If India finds this, it starts adding some extra duty. See, the product will come to 7 rupees for India, and India will add the 3 rupees as countervailing duty, and ultimately the price may come to the 10 rupees as early. So the 10 rupees product of India and the same 10 rupees product of China might compete right now. Are you getting? So this is the countervailing duty. So on the both these things, one agreement happened internationally. This agreement is done in the name of World Trade Organization. In the World Trade Organization, this agreement is called as ASCM, Agreement on Subsidies and Countervailing Measures. Clear? So see, according to this, a subsidy shall be deemed to exist if there is a financial contribution for a government. It is asking one thing should be called as a subsidy if there is a financial contribution. If there is a financial contribution by government or any public body where government practices involving of a direct transfer of funds like DBT, direct benefit transfers, in the form of grants, loans, or the government revenue that is otherwise due is foregone. So you have to know there is something that is called revenue foregone. What is the meaning of revenue foregone? Revenue foregone means the revenue that was lost by the government by giving few exceptional measures. For example, see, I am earning an amount of 10,000. What government will say? Government will ask something. If you are earning 10,000, I will charge you the tax of, let's take 100 rupees. But if you are investing the 10,000 into government bonds, if you are going to invest this in government bonds, then I won't charge you 100 rupees as tax, but I will charge you 80 rupees from you as tax on the thing that you have invested whole your income into government bonds. Are you getting? So because of this minus 20 is the revenue foregone by the government to the change the behavior of the investor. Clear? So this is the revenue foregone. Or for example, government might tax you 10% on your income, but it says if you keep on increasing your investments or keep on improving the production, then I will charge you 8% of interest only. That minus 2% is also revenue foregone. Clear? Are you getting what comes under subsidy and what comes under revenue? So this has to be clearly analyzed. Why? Because in 2006-7, clear? Are you getting? In 2006 means in earlier UPA government, every time government used to submit this. What is this? Revenue foregone under central tax system. Are you getting? Government used to have this practice. Along with the budget, government used to provide this statement to the parliament. But from 2016, the present day government have changed this from the revenue foregone to statement of revenue impact. Statement of revenue impact of tax incentive, clear, tax incentive under central tax system. Are you getting? Simply the present government changed the words of revenue foregone to the tax incentive. Both governments are doing the same activities, that is they are losing the revenue, but the earlier government used to project in a neat detailed way as revenue foregone, but the present government trying to manipulate the people in the form as it is not revenue foregone, it is the tax incentive that I am providing. It is showing to the people that I am not losing any money, I am giving tax incentive to cater the few people, and I am encouraging these people to produce additional products. Are you getting? So that is why we have to clearly get through what government is thinking. In the same way, right now what central government is giving to the people, those they are calling it as welfare schemes, but the same if given by the states, central government is naming, the state governments are providing freebies. Are you getting? In the same way, it is clearly using the words for its advantage. Clear? So in this way the author is criticizing actually. Clear? And it is also saying that few of the things that government is coming, those are called tax preferences. Some extra benefits are given to the people who are doing very great. For example, here also in article the author is explaining that the amount that you are spending on farmers, take it as X, means you are giving the input benefit, the revenue losses of the farmers and the farm loan waivers, all these amounts could be of X, let's take though. And you have given corporate tax benefits, corporate tax benefits by reduction of corporate taxes to the corporates if that amount is Y. The article clearly saying that always and every time Y is greater than X. Are you getting? So see, in the name of farmers you might be spending some amount that is somewhere around 100 only, but because of corporate taxes, see, every time you might be getting corporate tax of 1000 rupees, but this time you have given the benefit of 300 and you are achieving only 700. So the revenue foregone here is 300 rupees. So that red color amount is corporate tax deduction, that is equals to Y. This black color amount is the 100 rupees that I am putting expenditure on farmers. You have to tell which amount is the high. So every time the corporate tax benefits that are given to the corporates are not considered as freebies by the government. Are you getting? The intention is that government no need to bother about the welfare schemes that are given to the farmers and very important sections, because the amounts that they are spending on corporate tax benefits is far more than the amounts that are spending on the poor farmers of India. Clear? Are you getting? So this is the government argument, and it is also clearly coming with few statements of CAG. CAG means Controller Auditor General. This person holds the highest importance regarding auditing matters in India, and this is a constitutional body. CAG was mentioned under Article 148 of Indian Constitution. Clear? So this CAG report says 2006-7, in 2006-7 the revenue foregone by the government is of normally 21%, and this has come by the end of 2015 to 15%. Means if there is reduction in the revenue foregone, it shows that actually you are gaining more, right? So if there is reduction in the revenue foregone, if your losing amount is reducing, then what it shows? It shows you are gaining more, right? Yes, that is what the government at the time 2014 is doing. But the same has increased to 22% by the time of 2020, because you are losing most of the amounts in the form of corporate tax benefits. Clear? So this is the argument. Then it is clearly saying all these things are multi-layered. Then what is the meaning of multi-layered? Are you getting here? You are going only with the amounts that are spending in the name of freebies. But then what is a freebie? What is a tax incentive? What is the tax preference? And how do you distinguish between them? So if that is getting benefit to you, are you going to give it as a tax incentive? Or if the other state governments are doing, are you going to name it as a freebie? And see, the corporate tax that the big people are not paying is asked to be paid by the ordinary people. Are you getting? So these are the things that the author is asking directly. Clear? So that is why, and he even says, right now our agriculture is in poor condition, our public health is in poor condition, our education is in poor condition. Let's spend the amount on that. Clear? So he is saying that public health, on public health we are spending somewhere around 1.5% of GDP. Clear? And in the same way, there is one commission on education. On education, there is one commission that is called Kothari Commission. That Kothari Commission asked to increase the spending to 6% of GDP, and as right now we are somewhere around less than 2% of GDP. We are not doing these things, but we are going on the unnecessary aspects of freebies. Why states are giving free freebies, and these freebies needs to be controlled. First of all, try to increase the corporate tax that the government is foregoing, and it has to be spent on the social welfare measures. These are the views of the government. Clear? Now check this article. This is Government e-Marketplace eyes procurement of rupees 2 lakh crore in financial year 2023 by this Prashant Kumar Singh. So see, this article is very important from GS3 economy. Clear? In GS3 economy we just see all these topics. Clear? So first of all, in the article he is mentioning something about GEM. So what is this? GEM means Government e-Marketplace. So Government e-Marketplace is an online portal, like how you place your orders in Amazon and Flipkart. Here all the government, both central plus state government, can procure all its requirements, from this e-online portal. And it is saying that this would encourage the persons who are participating in this online portal, means the sellers are mostly dominant by the MSME, and India wanted to promote the MSME sector in total. So this is the good outcome for both the government and for the MSME. Why? Both central government. Here central government means the ministries and the departments under the ministries, and various public sector undertakings might require all of the procurement, and the same would be provided by this portal right now. And they are saying that literally because of implementation of Government e-Marketplace, government able to save the 10% of its annual procurement. Sir, how this is possible? Actually it says that, let's take the example. See, government require lot of chairs for, right? So any organization requires lot of chairs. In the same way, government require lot of say. Let's take Ministry of Finance or Ministry of something, any youth affairs or something. It might require 10,000 chairs. It might require 10,000 chairs for all its environmental purposes and for all the government related announcements and agreements. For everything, these chairs are required. For example, if you want one chair, the shopkeeper might take 500 rupees from you. If you want 10 chairs, he might give discussion and he might give for 480. If you want the 100 chair, he might give more difference and he might sell you at the price of 450. Why he is able to reduce his price? Why? Because you are making the bulk purchases. So what if you really want some 1,000 chairs or 10,000 chairs, he will give you at the amount of somewhere around 400. Clear? So the price difference of one chair and 10,000 chairs is minus 100 rupees. So the 10% which government able to save because of government e-marketplace is this 100 rupees only. So the collective amount costs somewhere around 10%. Are you getting? So this is very important. And with this, as you are making purchases to MSMEs, these MSMEs would get strengthened, and as these are local industries, it would also result in Atmanirbhar Bharat, right? Atmanirbhar Bharat, which means self-sustaining India. Atmanirbhar Bharat. And after that, you can also see that is related to the article is telling that he is the Prashant Kumar is the CEO of this government e-marketplace, and for the first 4 months they have seen the purchases of 60,000 crores from the government. So it is quite possible for the whole year to reach the target of 2 lakh crores. Clear? 2 lakh crores is quite possible as 4 months have achieved 60,000. Clear? So these are very important. Here both central and state governments participate, and the article is also saying that they can see the lesser involvement of southern state in this GEM portal. Why? The southern states, they themselves have own procurement sites. Clear? They themselves hold few own procurement sites. So that's why they are not actually planning to come to purchase in the government e-marketplace. Clear? So this is very important article. Next, see, this is CBI records conviction rate of 67.56% is in 2021. Clear? So this article is very important from GS to polity perspective, and this is important in both prelims and mains mode. Clear? So first of all, they have come with one body, that is CBI. CBI means Central Bureau of Investigation. First of all, this body is not the constitutional body, or this body is not either statutory also. Statutory body is something that is called, that has come from the act. Then sir, if it is not constitutional or if it is not statutory, how this body has come? This body has come into existence because of the executive resolution. Clear? Because of executive resolution, you can see the important role of the CBI. Clear? So see, the CBI is the national most important, one of the apex investigating bodies. It checks most of the issues related to corruption, and even civil and criminal cases would also be solved by CBI. Fine. So see, the report was given by CVC. Then what is this CVC? CVC is Central Vigilance Commission. This is the statutory body. CVC Act is in 2003. See, both CBI and CVC were formed at the central level same time. CVC was given the statutory status and CBI was not given yet. So as CVC also does same investigation things, CVC provided to the parliament the conviction rates of CBI. So then, sir, what is the conviction rate? The conviction rate means CBI might charge the 100 cases. Clear? CBI might charge the 100 cases, but out of all these things, only 67.5 people are who done the crime and got the judgment from the courts, and remaining 33% are innocent cases. So whenever you get the high conviction rate, it might show the genuinity of cases even. Clear? If they are going with the low conviction rate, it might see more or the false cases, means CBI is unable to check over the false cases and the true cases. Here if you observe, that is CVC has reduced its conviction rates. This is the latest report of 2021, but in 2020 the conviction rate is normally of 69.8%. So the conviction rate has reduced. It was also saying that out of these cases, most cases of corruption cases only. Clear? So more are the public servants who found doing corruption under Prevention of Corruption Act. They were to be inquired by the CBI officials only. Clear? So we have to take this as the conviction rates are very slow. The same data can be used against CBI in our mains answers also. Clear? Yes. This is about CBI and CVC. CBI draws its powers from Delhi Special Police Establishment. Clear? Yes. So it draws its power. Clear? It simply draws few of its powers from Delhi Special Police Establishment. That's it. Clear? So we can go for our next article. Check this article. Achieving 2070 net zero target could boost India's GDP. Clear? One report is telling that. The article is very important from GS3 environment. Clear? GS3 environment. You have to see here. That is the concept of net zero. Clear? And you have to see this is the report. The report is getting India to net zero. The report itself is getting India to net zero. So you have to get the concept of what is the meaning of net zero. Clear? First of all, net zero is such thing that we are not going to produce any of the emissions in India. It is not so. It is that we would able to reduce, we would able to make it the zero and does not feel the presence of any extra emissions. For example, India might be producing some 1000 kgs of CO2. Actually this stands somewhere around billion tons, but example I am going with this. Clear? India might produce 1000 kgs of CO2, and in the same way it might plant new trees and it might sequester most of the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, right? Minus 1000 kg CO2. So the net would remain as complete zero. Clear? So the net would reduce as complete zero. So in the same way, how India would succeed this? And in 2021, something happened in Glasgow Conference of Parties. Clear? Glasgow Conference of Parties. India promised of achieving net zero by the year of 2070, and it is not easy to achieve this, and it is saying that it might require lots of trillions and billions of rupees. It is saying that at economy wide it requires the investment of at least $13.5 trillion by 2050 to achieve some results. So this would require lots of amount, and it is also saying that the report getting India into zero, it is telling some positive things. What is that? See, if India tries to achieve that net zero by 2070, every year it could add somewhere around 4.7% of GDP growth.
Why? Because to achieve net zero, we might invest in other greenery technologies, we might produce the employment also. This would help in increasing the economy at very fast pace. Clear? So it is saying that by 2036 India might get benefit of dollar 370 billion, and if it keeps on going, it would add more number of investment also. It is saying by 2047 India could provide jobs of 15 million jobs, 15 million jobs to the people who are seeking the employment. Clear? Are you getting? So it would also create the greenery technology in India, and it can also provide to the world, it seems. So 15 million jobs. Are you getting? So this is very important. Somewhere around this is 1 crore 50 lakh new jobs are going to create by 2047 by India, only because on the path it is going to reduce it net zero. So you might ask, sir, is India is the only country which is going in this path? No. In that meeting, before that meeting only, Europe promised by 2050 European Union is becoming the net zero. It is targeting, and China promised of 2060, and India in the same way promised by 2070 India is going to become net zero, and this is very high ambitious targets. Clear? So much developed countries are doing that before 20 years that India could able to do. Clear? So this is the reason why it shows that India is targeting the high ambitions only, and it is also saying the annual GDP might increase 7.3% by 2050, and which could add $500 billion every year to its GDP. Clear? So this might be the GDP growth rate, and the article is very important. Why? Because sometimes it may ask that this is cost involvement, but you can use this article as an example, and you can write in your answers that this would boost up India's GDP by the report, the Getting India into Net Zero report, and you can quote all this information. Clear? Yes. So check this mains question. AFSPA is draconian and needs to be abolished. Critically comment. This is 150 words, 10 marks. You can write the significance of AFSPA and the why this AFSPA needs to be abolished. All these things should be with you. Clear? So this is one of the most prominent and prospective article also. Clear? Yes. Now check this article. Question, current affairs MCQ. Consider the following statements. It is mandatory for government to purchase in government e-marketplace portal, and GM portal might improve government's economy. Only one, only two, both, none. We shall discuss this question in our next current affairs class.